Yeah, so very good evening to all of you. Wonderful to see you on a Saturday evening at 7 o'clock. Very joyous and happiness for the Indians. We have won a gold medal in javelin throw. Neeraj Chopra has given us a historic moment today. I don't know. I wanted to start with this wonderful news, and so exciting for me the last 1 hour. It's like watching your the country's flag hoist on an athletics field, and a young Indian building a gold medal, that too on an athletics track and that is on a athletic field, that is a javelin throw. I think these are moments that we really are lucky to witness, and witness this. So I think every Indian would be highly proud today. Even today morning, I still remember I got up early in the morning to watch the golf. Aditi Ashok, she really was wonderful. The way she played, she finished fourth, but it was a wonderful achievement for her, who's ranking 200 in the world, still finishing fourth, and India very finishing on a high on Olympics. So now just giving Neeraj Chopra as an example, it's actually, you trust the process, you trust your abilities, you work hard towards it. And I'm sure that he would have looked upon 2020 Tokyo Olympics to be one of his biggest dreams, and the reverse working that he has done in his life. I think that is the key point to his success. And he was so confident in every throw. You could see that he was not tensed. All the other javelin finalists, I was looking at their face, they were tensed, but he was so calm and composed. Now, why I'm telling you all this is because now what we are going to discuss today is also about something of a future. There is something that you are going to look upon your life. There is a goal that you want to achieve, and you want to connect it with your education. So I think everything comes through pure hard work, good decision making. Neeraj Chopra would have taken the best decision, get the best trainers, get the best team, get the best practice. If I'm not wrong, he was injured for like 1.5 years because of his injury, and he could not participate in a lot of events. Still, last 1 year, he came back. He did a lot of practice and few events. He went and participated. That got him the podium finish today. So all my dear students, you have to understand one thing. It's about taking the right decision, the right people, the right persons to guide you. And today we have Deepan sir, who would be that right person who is going to guide you towards your path. It's actually as simple as that. You might look at gold in javelin to be a big thing. Same way for you, a gold medal is being successful in your life. So basically it depends on a lot of factors. The institute you choose, the course you want to do, the path that you follow, the people around you, the support that you get. Everything plays a major role towards your success. And who else than Deepan sir could be the right person to guide you? Because I was this particular course that we are going to talk about is about a BCom, correct? So it's a BCom. It's given by the Jain University. It's a very, what do you say, prestigious university of its own. Been contributing to the education field, like it's roaring like a lion. And it's giving out a lot of courses which are very relevant to the current scenario, trying to make people employable, and they are like giving a lot of options for the students to do various courses. And Lakshya Lakshya completing 10 years of your educational excellence are highly privileged to be associating with Jain universities for the courses that they provide. And the biggest thing that we want to communicate today is that we would be focusing on how this degree can be done and what are the advantages of doing this BCom. And we're connecting it with a wonderful professional course called as CIMA. CIMA is wonderfully crafted course, a management accounting course, which is integrated with this particular BCom. And if you can see that, and the revolutionary change of bringing online. And when I say online, not online teaching, an online degree itself is, I think, a path-breaking move that a university has taken. And I think people like Dhiman sir would have obviously played a major role in taking these decisions and making sure this ultimately puts in shape. I'm sure how Neeraj Chopra would have dreamt of a gold medal in Tokyo Olympics. Dhiman sir and his team would have dreamt about online education and various proper degrees to be given across India. I am sure that he would agree to me on this because they would have worked really hard to bring this into shape in the country. Now, just introducing sir, just giving out who Dhiman sir is. Dhiman sir is the deputy director. He's in charge of the education in the Jain University. He's an alumni of Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, with 25 years of experience in promoting learning in higher education. He has accomplished career demonstrating consistent success as an educator, researcher, and administrator. He has in past worked with Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, and the PES University. He is seasoned in educational programming and delivery and balanced his career between administration and academics. Proud to say I am also balancing my career as an administration and academics at Lakshya. So as an educator, his subjects of interest are business analytics and finance. No, he has his credit, a case study published at Harvard Business Publishing and a session as a part of predictive analysis course on the EDX platform. He has organized and delivered several workshops, MDPs and FDPs in data science domain. Data science is the next big huge thing. He's a professional member of Analytics Society of India and is presently the General Secretary. So you can see one thing that actually excites me is Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, because I know that the quality that you would get by associating with such a prestigious institution which has been carrying forward the legacy for a long time. So somebody like him thinking about and joining a university like Jain and then coming up with such a program, I think it's not a one-day wonder. It would have been an exercise of a big team that they have worked towards this. I would now, I have not, maybe introduced my name. My name is Avinash Kulur. I head the academics department at Lakshya, and I've been in teaching for the last 10 years. I teach for CA, CMA, ECCA programs, and Lakshya, in its journey of pursuing educational excellence and transforming lives of students through affordable and quality education, we are so happy to have this webinar for this particular course of BCom integrated with CIMA. Now it's up to, I'm just passing the session to the man of the hour, Dhiman sir. Welcome, sir. Please.
Thank you, Avinash. Thank you for those kind words. Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm based out of Bangalore, and in Bangalore, it's raining cats and dogs, right? So, a weather which we all always like when it comes to Bangalore. All right, so let's get started. What I would do is I have my presentation divided into 3 parts. I'll first quickly tell you about Jain Deemed to be University and Jain Online. Then I'll move on to CIMA, and the last part I will cover whatever is the most important part for us, which is how the specialization works, right? So how BCom is integrated with CIMA into our curriculum. So these are the 3 parts in which I would be covering. Avinash, can you allow me to share screen?
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. One second. Done, sir. You can share.
Yeah, thank you. We are Jain Online, and it's an entity under Jain Deemed to be University. I'm sure at least a few of you will be aware about Jain University. If not, we are a 30-year-old institution. Initially, yes, we started off in Bangalore, but we have moved across the country with various centers. We have institutions at right from your LKG till your PhD. Right? So we cover the entire domain of education. And out of those 1,000 and odd universities which are there in the country, right? So today, this is an old figure. Right? So if you even Google number of universities in the country, you will see a list which is more than 1,000. Out of those 1,000 and odd universities in the country, 38 universities were permitted by Ministry of Education to offer online degree programs. Out of the 1,000 and odd, only 38 universities in India have been permitted to offer online degree. On what basis they are permitted? Basically two parameters. One is the ranking of the institution under NIRF, National Institutional Ranking Framework, and the other is our accreditation through NAC. So based on both these parameters, we are one of those 38 universities which qualified to offer online degree programs. And among these online degree programs, basically, before I get into detail, I would want you to understand that this is an online degree program and it is not a distance program. Typically, there is a lot of confusion among students and parents in terms of, is this a distance program? No, this is not a distance program. What happens is, let's say you enroll into a BCom program, your objective is a BCom degree. Now the learning for that degree, either you go on campus or you learn online. Right? So it is only the mode of learning which is different. So instead of me going to a campus and learning, I'm sitting in front of a laptop as you have been doing now, or in front of a mobile device and learning. So the qualification that you are going to get is the same BCom. Whether you come to Jain Deemed to be University's Bangalore campus, you get the same degree, or whether you go through this program online, you still get the same degree. Right? Because the qualification, the attainment, the learning outcomes is all same. What is different is the mode of learning. Right? So for that reason, I would want you to be very clear that this is not a distance education program that we are talking about. It is the same BCom program that you would get on campus. The same degree is what you will also get in case you get enrolled into an online degree program. Even the word online is not written on the degree. We are not allowed to by the University Grants Commission. Why it is not written is because whatever a student learns by being on campus, similar learning is going to happen here also. If the learning is same, if the outcome is same, why should there be a distinction in the degree? Okay. Because that is a basic thought which always comes to mind. So typically in all our sessions, we first clarify this, that whatever we are presenting to you, it is not a distance program. It is not an open and distance learning program. It's an online program. And since we were one of those few universities whom UGC permitted, we at present offer the following undergraduate and postgraduate programs. So at the UG level, we have BCom, BB, and at the postgraduate level, we have MCom, MBA, MCA, and MA. So all these things put together, we basically cover all possible domains which is there in an online space. So we are present and we have programs relating to commerce, we have programs relating to management, information technology, as well as humanities. So in MA, in fact, we have MA Economics, Public Policy, Journalism, Mass Communication, etc. So whatever is the maximum permissible thing under to be offered under online, we have all those programs. So between UG, PG, etc., we have close to 80 different specializations, 80. No university in the country in the online space has this much of variety. When I say variety, what exactly we mean? What we mean is we have customized program for your specific need. So if you are a student who wants to focus on CIMA and at the same time acquire a BCom degree, I have a program which is designed only for you. We are not going to make you study some normal or general BCom. So the BCom program with CIMA is very different than the BCom program with, say, chartered accountancy or India's cost and management accountant. Right? The same management accounting that Avinash was talking about. So if you look at CIMA, it has its own curriculum, it has its own syllabus, it has its own subjects. So we have one specialization in BCom, which caters only to CIMA. I have another specialization in BCom, which caters only to chartered accountants or cost and management accountants or company secretary or ACCA for that matter, right? So we do not want a student to study something beyond what is his interest. So if your interest is to acquire a CIMA qualification, I'm only going to focus you on CIMA and not something general. You can as well acquire a CIMA qualification by independently going through all the CIMA courses, but you do miss out on a degree. For degree, what would you do? For degree, you might enroll into some, say, local university in your place. So the subjects that you study in that degree will be very different from the subjects of CIMA, the papers of CIMA. So what will happen is you have to focus once on CIMA and then once on your degree. That is always a challenge, right? So even if a student enrolls for say chartered accountancy, I'm focusing on chartered accountancy. I also want a degree, but do I have a degree program which follows the same chartered accountancy syllabus or the same CIMA syllabus? That is where we come in. And since it's an online degree program, distance does not matter. You're welcome to visit our campus whenever you come to Bangalore. But otherwise, wherever you are across the globe, today you are in Kerala, tomorrow you might be in Tamil Nadu, the day after you are outside of the country, you fly to Dubai, you go to US, wherever you are, your learning will not stop. You can continue to pursue your BCom program, whichever part of the world you are in. Your examinations are also going to be online. As long as you have one laptop device with internet connectivity, there is no barrier, right? So that is required. That is a bare minimum requirement for an examination. But for learning, even a mobile device will do. You don't need to access our learning, the study materials always through a laptop. Even a simple smartphone will help you continue your learning journey. So this is what we have designed. And it is specifically meant for students who want to pursue CIMA and at the same time acquire a BCom degree qualification. It will not be suitable for anybody who doesn't want CIMA with a degree. There are other specializations, as I told you earlier, but today's our interest through Lakshya is to present you this particular BCom specialization called Finance and Leadership. Now, if I quickly, I'm sure you all are aware about CIMA as such. You would have done your homework onto it, and our team from Lakshya, who are pioneers in their training in CIMA and so many other professional qualifications, would have given you a quick understanding in terms of how the CIMA is and how different CIMA is from any other chartered body's management accounting qualification. But I'll still take some time from our side to quickly tell you how the CIMA part works. So CIMA, if you look at it, has basically 4 levels. There's a certificate level. It's bottom up, right? It's not from the top. So that's why I've scrolled it down. So your first level is the certificate level. Then you move on to operational level. And then you move on to management level. And finally, you acquire the qualification after you have completed your strategy level, just increased in size. So all said and done between all these levels. So 4 levels basically: certificate level, operational level, management level, and strategy level. What you are seeing at each level are these 3 papers or subjects or courses. We keep using these terminologies interchangeably. So you call them as a subject, you call them as a course, you call them as a paper. You'll realize, leave out the certificate level for now. If you look at operational level, there are 3 subjects. Management level, there are 3 subjects, and strategic level, there are another 3 subjects. So 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9 subjects at each level. Along with these 3 subjects and say operational level, you have another subject called as a case study exam. So when you are independently doing CIMA, let's say you don't enroll into any degree and you just focus on CIMA. When you come to the operational level, you need to pass these 3 subjects, E1, P1, and F1. I'll tell you what those F, P, and E are. Along with this 3, there's also one case study exam. You will see here, operational case study exam. So in order to clear an operational level, if you want to acquire the certification, what is the certification? Diploma in Management Accounting. This is the best part of CIMA. as and when you clear certain levels, you keep getting certificates. So if you look at, if I want to acquire this qualification of diploma in management accounting, how many exams of CIMA do I have to pass? You have to pass 4 exams of CIMA. These 3 over here, plus a case study based examination. Then you clear operational level. Similarly, when you move on to management level, you need to clear these 3 subjects plus a case study exam. And once you clear the management level, you get advanced diploma in management accounting. So it is not that, for say worst case scenario, if you're not able to complete, it is not that you don't get any certificate, right? Tomorrow, for whatever reason, family, health, career, XYZ reasons, if you cannot reach the last level, you are not left without a certificate. That is the best part of CIMA. So if you even just clear the operational level, you get a diploma in management accounting. You move forward and clear additional 4 papers, you will get an advanced diploma. You clear further, you are end at the part line, right? So you acquire that CIMA qualification, and along with that, you also get the CGMA designation part of it. So this is how the CIMA journey is. Along with these 3 levels, I told you there is a certificate level also. In certificate level, there are basically 4 courses or 4 subjects. Now, if you look at this numbers F, P, and E, they are basically called as pillars. F here stands for finance pillar, P here is the performance pillar, and E here is the enterprise pillar. So F, finance pillar, has subjects at all the 3 levels, F1, F2, F3, operational, management, and strategy level. Again, if you look at the performance pillar, it runs throughout the 3 levels. And the enterprise pillar runs throughout the 3 levels. All put together at each level, along with those 3 pillars put together, you will have one case study examination. This is how the CIMA works. At the certificate level, there are 4 basic courses. So even if you finish the certificate level courses, you still get a certificate in business accounting part of it. So as and when you move higher into your levels, you keep getting those certifications. God forbid, for some reason beyond your control, if you cannot progress till the last level, you are not left without a certificate. You get a certificate handy. So totally, in order to reach a CIMA qualification without enrolling into a degree program will involve how many exams? It will involve 4 exams at each of these levels. 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 12, and the 4 level of certification. 16 examinations of CIMA is what you'll have to pass, right? And remember, these fees runs in dollars. It doesn't run in rupees, dollars or pounds. So 16 examinations is what will lead you to this CIMA qualification, to the CGMA designation part of it. It is a challenge, but it is a journey worth taking. At the end, when you are at the top of the pillar, the world looks different, right? So yes, but it is a hard journey, right? When you do CIMA qualification independently on your own, subject after subject, you are appearing for 16 different exams. So what we did was we are one of those very few authorized partners by CIMA, wherein our degree program incorporates all these 16 subjects that I'm talking about, all the 16 courses that I'm talking about. So we have designed a BCom specialization called Finance and Leadership, which incorporates all these subjects in itself. It not just incorporates, it also gives you exemptions. Because you are writing the Jain deemed to be university examination, CIMA is recognizing that and saying, okay, boss, you don't write my examination because you have written Jain University's examination. Be very clear, instead of writing an external CIMA examination and passing that examination, what you are doing, you are writing the Jain University's examination. My examination is recognized as equivalent to you passing the CIMA examination itself. So what CIMA is saying is, if you pass this particular subject, which is the subject, say financial reporting. So if you pass financial reporting of BCom program of Jain deemed to be university, CIMA is saying you don't write my exam. I am treating that as equivalent that you wrote my exam. Correct? So this is how we have been able to incorporate and tell CIMA that we are following your syllabus. We are following the examination pattern. So if it is all same, why not consider this as equivalent? So when you pass my financial reporting, my in the sense, the BCom program of Jain University, when you pass in this particular subject in Jain University's examination, you get an exemption in CIMA. This is how we are able to incorporate the model of exemption. So with that, what will happen is you don't have to write that external CIMA examination. You're going to write the internal Jain University's examination. I do not have all the 16 papers exemption. The maximum possible exemption that CIMA till date has given any institution is 13 papers. 13 papers is the maximum possible exemption that CIMA has given to any university. And yes, you would have guessed it right. We are one of those universities. So 13 paper exemption are available to an undergraduate student. That means what? Which are the 3 papers that you will have to write externally of CIMA, these case study based examinations? So the operational case study exam, the management case study exam, and the strategy level case study exam. You only have to appear for 3 external exams over and above my BCom. So if you go through our BCom, your 13 papers are exempted. You know how it got exempted? You appeared for, it doesn't mean because you paid fee and enrolled into the program, you got exemption. You have to pass those subjects, respective subjects in a BCom program, not the CIMA program. If you say, yes, it is relatively easier, I will not comment. But you might definitely say it is relatively cheaper. Why I would say relatively cheaper? I'm sure you have done a cost analysis. How much each examination is going to cost you when you do an independent approach. And again, worst case scenario, if you fail, again, you need to pay in pounds. Here, let us imagine also, here also in university exam, if you fail, my examination fee is 250 rupees, 300 rupees. Right? So 300 rupees, compare it to so many pounds that you need to pay for every time you fail. Not all of us are very confident that you will pass the exam in first shot. We are prepared for it, but there's an external factor also which comes into play. So for some XYZ reason, if you cannot pass a F3 financial strategy paper of CIMA external examination, you again need to shell out examination fees. Right? So this is the biggest advantage that you will enjoy when you enroll into a BCom program, which is mapped, benchmarked to the CIMA curriculum. We are both an accredited as well as an integrated partner. When I say accredited by CIMA, I have an official letter from CIMA which says I'm allowed to offer this particular program. It is not a self-declaration. We have an authorization from CIMA to offer this program, and because we are offering this accredited program, CIMA is saying I'm giving you 13 papers exemption. So all students who enroll into this program, as and when they successfully complete the BCom requirements, CIMA is saying you will have 13 papers exemption. So as a student, you only need to appear for these 3 case study exams. These 3 external exams will lead you to the final CIMA qualification and CGMA designation. Sounds interesting? Yes, it is interesting, but it is not easy. This is also hard work, but somewhere life becomes easier because you have that confidence that you are on the right track part of it. What I will now share, my final part of it is this. So this is our BCom course matrix or the program structure. Now this gray level shadings, what you see here is basically the certificate level courses. So I remember, if you remember the previous screen, there are 4 certificate level courses. There were 3 operational level, there were 3 management level, and there were 3 strategic level. So if you look at my BCom across, we have straight away taken those courses from CIMA. Right? So whatever you're going to say, let's say when I go to financial reporting, I remember talking to you about F1 paper, F1 of finance pillar. Same financial reporting of CIMA. This is not different. Please be very clear. Because it is not different is why I'm getting an exemption there. So the same curriculum is adopted into our specialization. You study the same syllabus, but you write my exam. You write my exam, you pass my exam, CIMA will say it is equivalent and I'm giving you exemption. So these 3 are those operational level things. The blue shadings is your next management level courses. And the last green part, what you see is the strategy level courses. So along with CIMA, yes, you will definitely study some additional courses. And these additional courses, please remember, are those courses which will add value to you. So when I say will add value to you, how? Let's look at certain subjects. Now, yes, even if you do an independent CIMA thing, you will clear all the strategy management, risk management, financial strategy. What are the extra subjects that you're seeing here in semester 5? Financial markets and instruments. What is covered in financial markets and instruments? We cover the Indian stock market. Wouldn't it be interesting to know about National Stock Exchange, Bombay Stock Exchange, stock markets, derivatives, commodities? Is it required? Is it required? Yes, definitely required. Can you run away from financial markets? No, you cannot run away. So even the extra courses that you are studying, the extra subjects that you are studying are going to make sense. It has simply not been brought in just to fill up the course matrix. If we look at financial modeling with spreadsheets, can you survive without knowing Microsoft Excel today? No. Whether you want to be a CIMA qualified or a CMA qualified or a chartered accountant or a plain BCom, your knowledge of Excel is going to be must. Without that, there is no jobs because there is no analysis that you can do. This is what is financial modeling with spreadsheets. Information and communication technology, very much required. Banking and financial services. What is our banking structure? How do banks operate? What are the various financial services that each of these banks offer? It makes sense to know all these things, right? So every course, every subject that has been brought in over and above CIMA are those subjects which will develop you as a person as well at the same time as a professional. So it's not just career, it is a person also. Why did I use the word person? Because I saw this subject here, ethics and values, right? So we need to have our own ethics, especially you are selecting a program where ethics matter a lot, right? You cannot get into something like fraud, right? So, and that is possible only when we have, anyways, we are Indians, right? It is there in our culture. We are very ethically strong. I would definitely want to claim that. So those ethics and values, this is how you grow as a person at the same time as a professional also, right? So this is our BCom program that we are presenting to you via Lakshya. It is customized to students who enroll into the Lakshya program in such a manner that you acquire that CIMA qualification very easily, staying in your hometown. You're acquiring a degree from Jain Deemed University based at Bangalore. I told you, you don't need to understand more. If out of 1,000 universities, I'm one of those 38 universities whom UGC or the Ministry of Education has permitted to offer online degree, you would understand our value. We have something, right? We have been into education for 30 years. So we have achieved something in those 30 years, and that is why we have all this approvals and permission. And I also told you before I close this, I am an accredited partner from CIMA. We have a letter here. We don't share it, but you'll have to trust us on that we are CIMA accredited, and our BCom Finance and Leadership program integrates the CIMA curriculum. What we will do now is, I'm sure you will have some queries coming up. Please use the Q&A box. On your screen, you will see a Q&A option. Drop in your queries in Q&A, either from my side or from Avinash or Lakshya side in general. We will make our best efforts to answer those queries. Please use the Q&A. Do not use the chat option box. Avinash, my role is that if you have anything that you as Lakshya, or you know your students much better than we know. Yeah. So I'm open to any questions that you have.
Sure, sir. Sure. Yes, so I think I'll just sum up what Sir said. It's very simple. You want to do CIMA? I'll just talk in Malayalam also, so just to give them insight. CIMA is a professional course. BCom. When you do the BCom with CIMA, Jain University provides the BCom with CIMA. CIMA is subjects BCom and syllabus integrated on, due to which സിമയിലുള്ള 13 പേപ്പേഴ്സ് നിങ്ങൾ എക്സംപ്റ്റഡ് ആണ്. നിങ്ങൾ ആ എക്സാംസ് എഴുതേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. 3 കേസ് സ്റ്റഡി പേപ്പർ എഴുതി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സിമ ക്വാളിഫിക്കേഷൻ കിട്ടും അലോങ് വിത്ത് ദ ബികോം. ആ 3 പേപ്പേഴ്സ് പാസ്സായ. സോ യു ഗെറ്റ് ടു ബി എ പ്രൊഫഷണൽ, ഓൾസോ യു ഹോൾഡ് എ ഡിഗ്രി. Okay, so you have a 3-year duration for this, 6 semesters, and other subjects included in the BCom. നിങ്ങൾ നോക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ വളരെ അടിപൊളി സബ്ജക്ട്സ് ആണ് which are required for any professional. ഫിനാൻഷ്യൽ മാർക്കറ്റ്സ് ആയിക്കോട്ടെ, ഓഡിറ്റ് ആയിക്കോട്ടെ, എത്തിക്സ് ആയിക്കോട്ടെ, വളരെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള സബ്ജക്ട്സ് ആണ് ബികോമിൽ ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. സോ ആ ബികോം കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ബികോമും കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ട്, കൂടെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സിമ കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ട്. വാട്ട് ഈസ് ലക്ഷ്യ ഗോയിങ് ടു പ്ലേ എ റോൾ ഇൻ ദിസ് അല്ലേ? ലക്ഷ്യയുടെ റോൾ വളരെ സിമ്പിൾ ആണ്. ബികോം ജെയിൻ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി പ്രൊവൈഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഓൺലൈൻ ഡിഗ്രിയാണ്. സിമ പേപ്പേഴ്സ്, ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ട സിമ പേപ്പേഴ്സ്, ഓരോ സെമിസ്റ്ററിലും നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ട 2 വീതം വെച്ചുള്ള സിമ പേപ്പേഴ്സ്, ദ ക്ലാസ്സസ് വിൽ ബി ഹാൻഡിൽഡ് for those papers by Lakshya faculties, expert faculties from Lakshya in the campus. So we have designed it in a different manner. It's an online degree. The online BCom online will go on the weekends by the Jain University. Other than SEMA papers, online aayittu padikam. And SEMA papers will be handled by the Lakshya experienced faculties. So what happens is automatically you are getting trained on those SEMA papers by the expert faculties in Lakshya, who are already, really equipped to give classes in professional courses. Okay, so that by which the possibility that you are clearing those 3 papers at the end becomes high, because we would train you in such a manner that you would be able to learn SIMA papers at the highest level. So it's like a 4-day campus and 2-day online class is what we have planned. So it's a different combination. Just that you will also get a campus feel when you come to Lakshya. You have that feel of campus, and you attend online the other subjects other than SEMA in online through Jain University. So it's that's how we have blended the program for you all. And you understand, as one thing that you have to understand is, see, it is an online degree, and everybody get confused online degree with distance learning. Sir has beautifully told. ഇത് ഓൺലൈൻ ഡിഗ്രി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇത് ഡിഗ്രി ഇൻ മോഡ് ഓഫ് ലേണിംഗ് ഓൺലൈൻ ആണ്. ഓഫ്ലൈൻ ഡിഗ്രി യു ഗോ ടു എ കോളേജ് ആൻഡ് ലിസൺ ടു ദി ക്ലാസ്സസ്. ഹിയർ യു സിറ്റ് അറ്റ് ഹോം ആൻഡ് ലിസൺ ടു ദി ക്ലാസ്സസ്. ഡിഗ്രി ഈസ് എ റെഗുലർ ഡിഗ്രി, UGC approved. Please understand that first. It's a degree. Okay, don't have it anywhere compared to distance learning. Distance learning is you're learning it by yourself. It's a distance learning. This is a degree where the mode of delivery is online. College, the mode of delivery is face-to-face. It's very surprising that we are using these words now due to COVID, face-to-face and online. Now, that's how it has become. But that's the reality. And SIMA has already given the accreditation to the university saying, see, we have no problem. You please integrate with BCom. നിങ്ങൾ അവിടെ പഠിപ്പിച്ചോളൂ. സിമയ്ക്ക് ഒരു കുഴപ്പമില്ല, സിമ എക്സംഷൻ തരും. അത് ജെയിൻ യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിക്ക് സിമന്റെ കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. They have given the approval. I hope you're understanding that. And when we say who is ഇത് ആർക്ക് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്? See, you finish your +2, whether you have done commerce, science, humanities, doesn't matter. It's a degree course. You can join the course. It's not for a commerce +1, +2 only. If you're doing biomax, if you have done biomax, or you have taken computers in your +1, +2, it doesn't matter. Good thing about BCom. It just allows anyone to come in. It doesn't restrict yourself to what you have done in your +1, +2. So even if you have done biomax, surely you can go for SIMA, BCom with SIMA, no problem. Okay? Yeah. So yeah, SIMA exams are also conducted online. They have their portal. You have to enter and you write the exams also there. So that is also not an issue. That will be done. And you're only writing 3 papers in SIMA. You're only writing 3 papers in SIMA, and you can write it as and when you complete those levels also. We will be registering you into SIMA on the first year. So as and when you complete those papers in your semester, you can write the SIMA papers also. So that correct 3 varsham kayumbo, when you complete 3 years, your SIMA also can get finished. 3 years is a really good time. And that's the perfect time to get a professional and with a degree. So I think it's a wonderfully blended course that we are providing this BCom with SIMA. Yeah. I hope I was right, sir. Whatever I told, I just wanted to sum up.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Any more questions that you have here? Third question, fee structure. Yeah. See, fee structure, as I said, it's all about the Jain University. There is a fee structure. We had a lecture also. We maintain a fee structure accordingly. So whatever fee structure details that you want, we will discuss it. Okay. So I'll just put it on hold a little bit. I'll surely discuss that. Then one more question that has come is how hard it is it to pass CIMA case study exams? See, that all depends on, that's like sir was saying, the subjects that we are learning in degree is the same subject that you learn in CIMA. So obviously you're getting those CIMA knowledge really well. And as far as I know, there is a high pass percentage for CIMA papers who write and they clear the exams, because it's after a proper learning. It's an on-demand exam, if I'm not wrong. They can write it. So obviously students are well prepared. They register for the exam and quickly they'll be able to attempt it. So it's not like any other exams where you have to wait for the exam date. You can there is a window that they have. Okay, it's not like you want to write it tomorrow. There's a window in which you can write. And it's like you can be prepared and then register for your exam. You don't have to register whenever the exams are held. So I think a person can be well prepared and write, and that exactly comes to a position where there's a 100% chance of passing. Because only when you're well prepared, you'll be registered for your exams. So I think it all depends on the student. See, this pass percentage is something which is a very, it's a very tricky thing, I'll tell you. It's something like I always tell, it's like the test positivity rate of COVID. You take 10 people with, take 10 people for testing and you have 7 people out of 10 who have COVID. You will say 70% is the test positivity rate. Now you bring in some 100 people just like that, those who don't even have the symptoms, and you start testing everyone. The TPR will reduce because obviously the patients are less. So same way is the pass percentage. You 100 people enrolled, only 20 people study. Out of that 18 pass, you would say 18% is the pass percentage. But ultimately, out of 20, 18 have passed. This is something which is going on in every professional exam. You say only 20% is passing. I am telling you only 30% is studying. The 70% are just giving their exam. So don't take your decisions based on the pass percentage. Every professional exam can be cracked if you're willingly learning, you're ready to put that effort to clear the exams. Then looking for a ACCA course, which I would like. See, if you are looking for an ACCA course, then you can take BComs. You have options of any BCom that you can take. But ACCA is something that you've learned differently. You should either you can do even Jain University. They kind of provide these integrated BCom with ACCA kind of BComs are there. Otherwise, you have to do an ACCA. Now in lecture, we have students who do ACCA and then do BCom in distance. Those are the two ways that you can do. Like sir said, you can do CIMA, like doing CIMA only. Same way you can do ACCA, like you do ACCA and do a BCom of any university as such. Otherwise, you can do a degree where you can integrate ACCA with it. So it's basically your choice on how you want to go forward with your ACCA. So that is IGNOU or MG or any university you can choose, not a problem at all. Placement opportunities, you don't ask for a placement for a professional. People come for you. Now you have to always understand that. It's not like an MBA from any college. Do you ever ask for a placement opportunity who has done an MBA in an IIM? You never ask that question because you will get placed. No? Nobody says, I am doing, will you go and ask IIM Bangalore or IIM Calicut, will I get placed after MBA? They laugh at you. Correct. So same way, it's like CIMA or CA or ACC or CMA. These are professional, professional courses. There's a huge potential that you will get placed. And let me tell you one more thing. This BCom that you do, which has integrated with CIMA, I will tell you will be the best placed degree holder than any other degree holder. Because the value that you will have with you will be too high because of the subjects that you have learned and enriched yourselves with. So please understand that you, as far as a degree is concerned, you will be the highest placed degree holder because of the rich knowledge that you have when you have done your degree. Your fees will come approximately, I'll tell you, to around 3 lakhs. Okay, around 3 lakhs for 3 years. Okay, around 3 lakhs for 3 years will be your approximate fees. The fees to the university as well as the fees to lecture together, approximately 3.2. That's it. That will be the fees that would be there for this course. As far as the fees is concerned, 1 lakh per year you can take, and few examination fees here and there. 3.2 could be the fees that you can have in your mind approximate for this particular course. Okay, approximate fees. Yes. Then next question, please explain BVOC. See, BVOC is also a wonderful course. BVOC is also a wonderful course of JNU University. Because you have asked, I'll give you. It's a BVOC is a vocational degree. Now, this is also something I'm so happy and proud of when lectures associated with JNU University. Is another thing is BVOC. It's such a beautiful degree. Is where a degree, vocational degree. Everybody says vocational degree. Okay, it could be something to do with tourism, hospitality. What is vocational doing in commerce? I would say commerce is one area where you need a lot of practice. And what is BVOC going to do is, BVOC is going to have 40% theory and 60% practical papers. Now, every semester you have a paper where the NSDC comes into picture and you write an examination of practical requirement. And like that, when you finish BVOC, you will have a theoretical experience as well as practical experience. And the additional advantage of doing BVOC is that you get a 9-paper exemption for ACCA. Now, same, why do you get a 9-paper exemption? Same like BCom with CIMA. The ACCA papers are integrated in the BVOC syllabus. Like in every semester, you have ACCA papers. That is why you get 9-paper exemption when you do BVOC. So BVOC is a vocational course which has theory as well as practical, which makes you employable and job-oriented the moment you clear the course. It's a 3-year degree having or approximately the same fees. Which one is best, ACCA or CIMA? Super. Good question. I'll tell you very simple terms. ACCA is with financial accounts. CIMA is more of a decision maker, management accounting. Now, what is the difference of this? I always tell this example. It's a very simple example. You purchase something for 100 rupees, you sell it for 120 rupees. What is the profit? The profit is 20 rupees. The person who finds out this profit or who checks whether the profit is properly calculated is a financial accountant or a ACCA. Now, the person who decides whether it should be sold for 120, whether it should be manufactured, what should be the price, the decision maker is a management accountant. So please understand, financial accountant is more into financial, historical terms, whereas management accountant is decision maker. I would say CIMA would be a little more heavier qualification, reputed across the world. You might reach huge leaps in your career through CIMA, but ACCA is also very, very high scope because it will have a lot of job opportunities when you compare with CIMA. So it all depends on your interest. Both are really recognized, but CIMA gives you an extra push in management side. ACCA gives you a little lesser push on the management side. It gives you more on the financial side. How to apply for the course? You can just call our number. I'll just put the number. Okay, I'll just share the number. Okay, so please check. Please call this number 90612 777. Okay, 90612 777. You can call tomorrow, and our career advisors and specialists will be ready for you. 90612 777. You can also visit the Lexia's page, Instagram page. You can message in Instagram. They'll give you a call. But this number would be great, 90612 777. You can use that number. They'll give you a call and give you all the details on how to apply for the course. Okay. So I guess we have answered all your queries, and you have listened to us very patiently. Thank you, Dhiman sir, for taking your time for this particular webinar. It's a pleasure to speak alongside you for this webinar, and we are sure that this will go huge heights in the coming years, and people will slowly recognize the importance of doing integrated professional courses along with their degree. Because as everybody knows, one of the most important factors or most important thing that you invest, and which is very, very difficult to invest, is time. So when you invest your time, you should be very, very careful. Every single year becomes very, very important. So such integrated courses will always help a person to get job oriented within 3 years of finishing as +2. That is something I think is the most beautiful thing about these courses. Anything more to add, sir?
Yeah, thank you, Avinash. Thank you, all of you. Please think about it. So if CIMA is what you would want to aspire, if that is a qualification that you're looking at, I'm sure our partners Lakshya will do a great job in getting you ready, not just for the 3 case study exams. You remember, you also need to pass the other exams of Jain University, but for which somebody has to prepare you, right? So they will do a very good job. It is their experience that counts. I have experience in commerce and management. Lakshya has experience in CIMA. So 2 good partners coming together so that your life becomes, your career starts off as soon as you complete those qualifications. So this is where our synergies are. This is where we come together. One is good at A, the other is good at B. And when you enroll with A plus B, you remember you're getting the strengths of these 2, right? So yes, there are a lot of qualifications today. You have ACCA, CIMA, CMA. It all depends on where you would want to land. As Avinash rightly pointed out, CIMA is something which will give you that push towards the management side of your career, right? The leadership side of your career, or the decision maker part of it, right? So if decision making is something that you would enjoy, I'm sure you should definitely look at acquiring the CIMA qualification. And if you have decided, yes, you want to do CIMA, trust our words, you wouldn't find a better combination of Jain and Lakshya anywhere else in terms of ease, in terms of delivery, in terms of fee also, right? You go back, visit the CIMA's website, do an independent calculation. How much will it cost you to appear for those 16 exams? Forget the training part of it. Just add the examination fee. You will realize this is worth it. Okay. So do your research, do your background check, and then trust Lakshya, and then trust us. Okay. Thank you, Avinash. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to interact with your students.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you all. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Please stay safe. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Yes. Bye. Thank you.